Wow, thank you all very much. I don't know what to say now. I can say that 45 years ago, when I sat in these stands at Mass, it sure didn't seem like such a holy place as it did today. This is a holy, holy place, and you're all part of it, and I really appreciate that. This is such an honor. And it's an honor because it comes from an organization that's over 800 years old. I mean, here we are today awarding a medal in the name of St. John DeMatha, who lived 800 years ago, and over 800 years ago, and founded this order, you know, to free people that were captives because of their faith, because of their Christian faith. That was his mission in those days. And to be here again was just, to listen to all this today is just, you know, moving for me. I like to say I'm kind of speechless. However, they did say that I was going to be asked to say a few words. So when I was sitting home one night and Dr. McMahon called me, and it was several months ago now, and he said, "You've been selected for the St. John DeMatha Medal." And I said, "Wow." And I thought about it, and I thought, well, I'm going to probably have to give a speech. And so let me think about that. And I thought, and I thought, and I thought, what can I talk about? And nothing was happening. Nothing was popping up in my head. And usually I'm not at a loss for words, but this time I was. So the more I thought about it, then I thought, well, why did they call me? Why was I selected? I didn't enter a contest. I didn't win a race. I didn't do anything. I didn't take a test. They just kind of picked me because of who I was at that point in my life. So it made me think about my life. And you know, every once in a while, it's probably not a bad idea for us to reflect on our life, where we've been, where we're going. Sometimes, you know, we get all tied up in what's going on and we forget to think, are we doing the right thing, the wrong thing, how are we fitting in? So I thought I'd reflect a little bit. But I still couldn't come up with a speech, so I didn't write a speech. But what I did was I thought about some things and I call them reflections, and I just want to share a few of them with you. And they're reflections of an older man, not an old man yet, but an older man, an aged man. When we reflect at this age, our reflections are a little bit different. You know, our testosterone level has started to drop a little bit, so we think of things in a different light. We don't want to look in a mirror that's real bright and sharp. We want to look in a pond that's shimmering a little bit so the edges get blurred and we really don't see what's really there. We see what we want to think is there. So some of the reflections that I came up with were this. First of all, about a week or two ago, my good friend Charlie Kinney sent me an email congratulating me on this award and telling me that I deserved it. So it made me think a little bit about the word deserve. And did I really deserve it? And so I looked deserve up, and deserve means to merit something, to earn something, to work for something. And I told Charlie when I sent back an email to him, I said, you know, Charlie, God has given me way more than I ever deserve. And so I don't think I really deserve anything right now. I've got to figure out what God wants me to do. And so I thought more about what I have in life and what have I been honored by. First thing I thought was my dad. My dad would be 99 years old tomorrow. He only made it to 72, but he was born December 17th, and it turns out that's the feast of St. John. And so that was something that I didn't know. His name was John, so here he is. He was born on the day of the saint that in my life probably led to the most important thing that's ever happened to me, which is to go to this school. I'll say that right now. I've said it before. Going to DeMatha changed me more, or made me into who I am more than any other experience I had in life. Right behind that was college, but after that, nothing else. I spent 13 years in the Army. It didn't change me. I spent 4 years in medical school. I spent 4 years in residency. None of those things changed me. What changed me was coming here, going to school here, meeting the people that I met here, the giants of this school, you know, Coach Wooden, Coach Arthur, Mr. Moylan, Father Lewis, all of those people that, you know, some are still around, as a matter of fact, so they can still influence you. So anyway, so that's one thing that I thought about. I didn't deserve any of that. I got sent here on a scholarship. I didn't deserve that, but I made the most of it. I then have a wonderful family. We have 5 children. 3 of them went here. All 5 of them would have went here, but they didn't take those. But 3 of them went here. I didn't deserve those people, those children. I just got that. It just came to me. I have a wonderful, wonderful wife. I've known her for 41 years. She has put up with more stuff from me and stands by me every day, every minute, and I didn't deserve it. So, God made me a rich man. Being rich means having enough to have your what you want. So if you don't want much, then it's easy to be rich. And all we wanted was to send our kids off to school, educate them, and make them good citizens of the world. And that happened. And we were able to do that because of what the good Lord gave us. And finally, I have my health. Here I am, 59 years old, soon to be 60. I've had a couple episodes where my heart didn't want to cooperate with me. And, they sent a plane to fly me out of a couple of different places, and here I am, healthy as I always have. And that was great. So that was my reflections on deserving things. I had a couple of reflections on, and one last thing I want to say, the most important thing is, when the final day comes and we're knocking up on the pearly gates and asking St. Peter to let us in, just remember, none of us deserve to be there. The only reason we're knocking on the pearly gates and being let in is because Jesus Christ died for us on the cross and won us that right to walk through those doors. Nothing we do on this earth gets us that right. We're knocking in that door as beggars, because every one of us has sinned, and what you do, you deserve it. Now, opportunity. I always remember what Coach Wooten says. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. And opportunities are funny things. Here's a couple of quotes about opportunities. Opportunities are never lost. Someone will take them on the list. A pessimist is one who makes difficulties of his opportunities, and an optimist is one who makes opportunities of his difficulties. I think that's a good one. Harry Truman said that. Thomas Edison said opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. John Wooden, great basketball coach, says you can't live a perfect day without doing something for someone who will never be able to repay you. Okay? So every day we have that opportunity. And one last thing, John F. Kennedy said the word crisis is, in Chinese, is made up of two characters. One stands for danger, one stands for opportunity. So opportunity is what we're going to face when we leave here, when you leave here, I faced it, everybody's going to face opportunities. And that brings up the word preparation. That's what we're here for. We're here to be prepared to meet the opportunities that are out there. So make the most of this time. Prepare the best you can, and then keep your eye open for opportunities. If opportunity's not knocking at your door, build a door. They're out there. Get one. Attitude. I want to say something about attitude. Attitude's a word these days that has a lot of meanings. We say such and such has got attitude, and typically that's good, but we're talking about sometimes attitudes that aren't good. Attitude is what we have inside of us. Okay? That's our attitude. You can't see someone's attitude, but what you can see is the behavior that the attitude engenders. Okay? So whatever's in your head and in your heart is what's going to come out as your behavior. This is my Bible, by the way, which I started reading as I got older. The closer you get to your final exam, the more you have to cram for, okay? So just remember that. Philippians 4:9. Okay? Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Because that's what's going to form your attitude. If that's your attitude, then you don't have to worry about your behavior. Okay? Attitude. One last thing is motivation. We all have to be motivated in life, and we all have different things that motivate us. But let me just tell you what has motivated me.